how to prepare for a mastermind group today on the Daily Ish Show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition, liftoff.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Daily Ish Show, a show not just for housing providers, not just for rental housing operators, but also for anybody that may be looking to get into the business, or even self-employed or business owners that are looking to get more time on your calendar. Welcome. My name is Mark Dolfini, your host and the landlord coach. It is nice to see you, and welcome. It's been a long week. It's been a busy week, and I think part of that is just because what I have coming up the end of the week, and it's really looking forward to it, which is the Inner Circle Mastermind, which is something that we do with my coaching clients, that we get together once a quarter and we get to have a mastermind together, and it's an opportunity for them to pour into one another and really get some good solid advice. But that's what we're going to talk about today, is how to prepare for a mastermind group. And if you're not aware of what a mastermind group is, I've done several videos on that before, but I'll give you just a quick primer on that. A mastermind group is a group of like-minded individuals and it could be for anything. I mean, you could think of it like a Bible study. A Bible study, in a way, is a mastermind group, right? You've got like-minded individuals getting together to discuss a common purpose. And it may be, one person, and each person goes around in a turn to discuss whatever the topic, necessarily is. Now, the topic is generally, in a mastermind group, is decided by the individual. So, for example, in a business mastermind, the topic might be, they might be having some marketing issues. They might be having some operational issues. They might be having some legal issues, just different things that they're bringing to the group and asking for their advice, telling them what's going on. And the group, for a determined period of time, will pour into them. Now, the facilitator, which in this case is me, the facilitator of my mastermind, we don't really get a turn. But for example, our mastermind lasts 2 days, but right now it's just about a day and a half. But we're soon to be going. Because the group is growing. The mastermind is going to be 2 full days, and each person takes about an hour to describe. Maybe give the group an update, maybe tell them a little bit about where they're going, what they want to do, and then the group will pour into them in terms of any blind spots they might see, any things that they may not have considered, and that sort of thing. And if you are not involved in a mastermind, I've been involved in several masterminds. If you've not been involved in a mastermind, I would highly, highly recommend it, because it has really changed a lot of things for me. I've been involved in several, and whether they were necessarily called masterminds or not, they're very, very effective, very, very powerful. If you haven't gone and seen the video, go back. You can find that on the YouTubes, or even on the Facebooks, whatever. But you can see that video wherever, and it will describe to you what the mastermind groups are, and certainly the benefits. So anyway, the interesting thing that in terms of the topic tonight, is how to best prepare for these. And really, when it's your turn in the hot seat, these people only get to pour into you for an hour, roughly. You might have a mastermind that's every week. You might have one that meets once a month. We meet once a quarter, because in addition to that, they also get some monthly check-ins with one another, but they also get one-to-one coaching with me. So the interesting thing about that is that sometimes people are coming to the masterminds and they're unprepared because they don't really know what to ask for. I belong to a mastermind in addition to the mastermind that I run, and these are people in there they're very high performers. They perform at very high levels in life, but it's funny that we all have the same problems, right? It doesn't matter how many zeros you have in your bank account. We all seem to have the same issues. Managing time, and managing just stress, and managing operations of a business, getting drawn in and doing, chasing too many opportunities, especially for entrepreneurs. You're chasing, this idea and that idea, and you've got the idea of the moment, which I totally get. I can totally relate to that. Again, ask me how I know that it's easy to get distracted by all these different businesses and different opportunities that come along. But that's the best thing that you can do to prepare for a mastermind is to try to determine what you want to get in advance. What are you hoping to get from the group in advance? What are you going there for? Are you going to go there just to kind of update them? Are things going really, really well? And if that's great, then that's fine. And maybe you're just going to be in contribution to others. I know a lot of times when I go to a mastermind, and if I really don't have anything, then uh, then I might just be an observer watching other people contribute to others. And that to me is a very valuable piece because they might be bringing up an issue that I never even thought could ever be an issue for me. And now I'm watching other people who are, I mean, quite legitimately experts in their field, giving them advice about, hey, maybe you've thought about this, thought about that. I mean, that to me is one of the big benefits of a mastermind. But one of the other things that I would suggest highly is if you're going to go into a mastermind group, and this goes with really any group, it doesn't really matter, if you're going to be a member of a group where you're going to be asking people to pour into you and you are going to be pouring into them, there has to be an element of humility, and there really has to be an element of vulnerability. If you're not willing to do either one of those, and I will give you a pass on the first go round because it takes time for that vulnerability and that humility to develop, right? You just don't want to, walk into the room with your pants down the first time. That's not a mastermind, but you don't want to go in there, and show your butt, and you don't know those people. It takes time to allow that trust to happen and that vulnerability to take place. So usually what happens is, in my mastermind, is by the first mastermind, they're really just getting to know one another. By the second mastermind session, right? So this has been 2 months, or this has been 3 months now. Um, they're really starting to get to know one another, and they're getting to know each other a lot better, and at little bits of pieces of vulnerability. By the third session, they're basically like family. Now, that also comes with a potential downside because if you get too familiar with somebody, then you're not going to be willing to hold them accountable because these are your buddies, these are your friends. So you really have to be careful that you do get too close to them. And I'm not saying that you keep them at a healthy distance, but everybody and the facilitator should make sure of this. And my coach does this exact same thing is, hey, don't hold back on people. If you really love them, you're going to tell them the things that even their friends aren't telling them, or the things that their family won't tell them. This is what the mastermind is for: is to have that raw honesty and have the opportunity for people to tell you where your blind spots are, to check your six, when nobody else in their world will do that for them. Not their spouses, not their children, and certainly not their friends. So that's probably the best ways that I would suggest to prepare for a mastermind. So tomorrow I am meeting our folks that are going to be in the mastermind group tomorrow in Indianapolis. We've got people coming in. We got people coming in from Lafayette, which is cool, and we got people coming in from Wisconsin, from Chicago. We've got people coming from Atlanta and Missouri. So lots of different people, a couple of people down in Indianapolis. So I'm really, really looking forward to this. These are great folks, just masters of what they do, and they're so coachable. And I just love the fact that they are doing some amazing, amazing things. Oh, there's somebody coming from Orlando now. That's right. So it was part of their vision. They moved and moved from Indianapolis and moved down to Orlando. So that's pretty cool. It's part of their vision. They're living their vision. So anyway, that's all I have for today, everybody. I will not see you tomorrow because I'll be in the middle of the mastermind. We're starting that tomorrow at 4 o'clock Eastern, and we will be knee deep in it for the next couple of days. So you guys will see me next week, and please be sure to place a value on your free time, because if you don't, someone else will. But most important, there is no amount of money that will make time irrelevant. Have a great day. Have a great weekend, guys. Well, take good care. See you next time.